Hey, welcome to the fifth day of the 50-day proven email breakdown challenge. Today we're taking a look at a flash sale email because sometimes you just want to be simple about it. Sometimes you just want to give people a straight up pitch or a way to buy your product, and e-commerce companies do this almost, usually in almost every single case. But after covering story-based emails the last few days, I wanted to focus on this one as well because it's a pretty good example of how to do it very simply and easily and without any fuss or something like that. Now, if you're new to this challenge, then I definitely recommend you subscribe to the challenge because I'll be breaking down proven emails of all sorts, welcome emails, delivery emails, sales emails, funnel emails, urgency emails. The list goes on and on and on over the course of 50 days. And if you want to also take part of this challenge, follow along, then I definitely invite you to subscribe. You're not going to regret it. People love my content, and I do go above and beyond to over-deliver in my videos. And also, if you enjoyed this video or any other, just please make sure to like the video because it helps me a lot. YouTube's algorithm doesn't really like these long-form videos. And if you show your support in some way, you like, comment, subscribe, something like that, then definitely it helps a lot. So let's jump into the email. It's as simple as it gets, right? And it's not a typical heavy text-based email. It has very little copy. It has 50 words or something, and it has 3 big pictures. But sometimes, again, this is all you need, and sometimes people are used to this. They don't need stories, they don't need belief shifting or something like that. All in all, basically, this is a 3-paragraph pitch that talks about the problem, brings up other solutions to that problem, discredits those other solutions as inferior, and then offers this product as the superior solution. And then there's a call to action with buy now. That's it. That's the entire email in a nutshell. So there's no advanced copywriting going on here. However, if you do want to learn about more advanced copywriting, then I definitely recommend you check out my 5-part free email course called the 5 Principles of Sending Rainmaker Emails. The link is in the description. Check it out because you'll learn the essential fundamentals of how email copywriting, email marketing works and what makes people buy. So definitely check it out. But regarding this email, the subject line, again, it's as direct as it gets. Flash sale, okay, we've heard that before many times. Save 30% on mineral electrolytes. Usually, this is the type of subject line that goes into the promotions folder. But again, you have to look at context all the time with email marketing, with sales funnels, with anything. Probably this email is going out to people who are already on a higher level on the stage of awareness scale. And if you're not familiar with the 5 stages of awareness, a popular model created by Eugene Schwartz in the 60s in breakthrough advertising, then check out the video about this. I'm gonna leave a link again below this video where you can check out another video that expands this idea substantially. And it's a very important idea. It's why funnels exist, basically, because of the stage of awareness concept. But this goes out to people who are probably product aware or at least solution aware. So that's why you don't need that much belief shifting, or your marketing doesn't have to teach them or educate them a lot. They just, they've probably heard of Onnit before. Maybe they're existing customers, maybe they're, repeat customers or something. And in these cases, you just have to remind them that, hey, there's a sale going on. And the people who already are interested in this, this is the trigger for them to buy. It's as easy as it gets. We also have a big picture, a lot of branding here. You can see the bottle, you can see, it's a typical branding type of thing done in this email, but it looks nice. It looks energizing, it looks green and healthy, and there's a coconut here, and the bottle also, it seems really professional, it's high quality. And this goes well with some benefits that we'll see in this email. For example, energizing, and electrolyte balance and keeping fatigue at bay, right? This image, I think it goes well with it, because when you think of all these types of cocktails or shakes, a lemon, a lime, coconut, it kind of brings, and the color scheme itself, this tone of green, this blue, it brings up the energizing aspect of it all. But then let's jump into the copy itself. Mineral electrolytes are now 30% off. That's the headline, basically. It's, again, simple, to the point. It's a direct offer. Hey, here, buy it. And it has like an urgency element to it as well. The 30% off is usually a good start for these types of promotions. You can also experience with 40% or 50%, depending on how much you can get away with. And it's interesting, this is more of an advanced thing. The now word conveys urgency. But Eugene Schwartz, I mentioned him before. He was one of the greatest copywriters and marketing minds of all time. He reinvented the whole game. And we still use his concepts to this day, regardless of which guru you're learning this from. But he had the headline version, like a headline structure that started with now. So now mineral electrolytes are 30% off. And in most of those cases, it worked better than if you put now in the middle of the sentence, because the first word was now, and it already triggered that novelty response in people. It's like, oh, this is something new. This is something that it has topical importance. It's kind of like news or something. So you might want to experiment with something like that if you have a headline like this. So then the copy says, when you train, beads of sweat fall from your skin, tumble to the ground, carrying with them minerals like sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium, all essential in promoting healthy muscle function. So we set up the problem. When you train, you sweat, and this carries away useful minerals from your body. So your body is stripped of these useful minerals. And notice how the copywriter dimensionalized the whole thing. Instead of saying basically, hey, you're sweating minerals, he said beads of sweat fall from your skin, tumble to the ground. It's very visual. This is a great example of showing instead of telling. And then he lists several of these minerals. So basically this specifies the whole thing. It doesn't just say, you lose minerals or your sweat minerals or something like that. It says, no, it's sodium, it's potassium, it's calcium, it's magnesium. And then there's like a contextualization element at the end of this, saying all essential in promoting healthy muscle function. So yeah, this is the problem part. It makes sense, right? There's no agitation going on here or something, because it's not needed in this case. Your options up till now to rehydrate. So this is kind of like a poetic question, like what can you do? Like here's this problem, and what can you do to rehydrate? Probably the copywriter knows that the audience knows that rehydration is important in this case. But this is kind of like a philosophical question, and it sets up a very interesting point that discredits existing solutions. So he lists two existing solutions. First, water, and the other one is syrupy drinks. So he asks, your options until now to rehydrate: water, which alone doesn't replenish these essential nutrients, so option one is bad, or syrupy drinks, whom we will not name, that pack on the fat you have worked so hard to burn. Again, option two, it's not ideal. It's just as bad, it doesn't work. And whom we will not name, I like this. It's kind of like a subtle jab. It shows kind of like chivalry in these types of things. I just like that he included this. And then we have a major pain point listed here. Pack on the fat you have worked so hard to burn. This is very powerful. And again, it's visual. Pack on the fat you have worked so hard to burn. This is very important because this kind of acts as like the agitation part for this email. So it's not a proper agitation, but it's getting there somewhat. And It reminds people of how hard they've worked. This is the weight loss industry and the muscle building industry. This is very competitive, and people tried different types of solutions before. They failed. They weren't successful. They feel a lot of shame because of this, and it just slightly reminds them of like, hey, you don't want to get in this situation, right? It's not a good place to be in. So, and it's also not your fault. It's because of like the syrupy drinks and all the other like scam artists that misguided you or something. It's not said here, but this is what it implies. So again, to the point, very straightforward problem, some dimensionalization going on, philosophical question, option 1 bad, option 2 bad. So what can you do? But what if there was a tasty, mineral-heavy, electrolyte-infused, and carb-conscious alternative to these beverages? So this question, it's a loaded question full of features that our target audience considers very important. So tasty. Again, probably based on a lot of research, this company knows that people don't want drinks that basically taste like piss or something like that. They want something tasty, right? And that's what the image also reinforces. This looks tasty. Look at that. Coconut, lime, lemon, like a milkshake or something. It looks tasty. Mineral heavy, again, this is a big feature that people are interested in this case. They want to replenish their minerals. And they also want to replenish their electrolytes. And carb conscious, very important, because they're probably fitness or weight loss minded. They are afraid of drinking all these shakes or all these things that basically put on weight, like cause them to put on more weight. They don't want that. They want something, and keep in mind, this goes like people take this after a workout, and people who regularly work out on average are obviously way more fit than people who don't, right? So they are conscious about their bodies. They're probably measuring macros. They're probably, counting calories and doing this whole thing intentionally. So this is kind of like for the high achievers out there who want something that's tasty, it has a lot of minerals, it replenishes electrolytes, and it also doesn't really have calories, or not a lot of calories. So enter mineral electrolytes. Here we introduce the product. We just get one core benefit that our audience is probably interested in. Optimize muscle function. Onnit's mineral electrolytes help maintain your body's normal fluid and electrolyte balance to keep fatigue at bay, and is infused with just enough of the ideal carbohydrate source, palatinose. We get a glimpse into the unique mechanism. So probably this thing, like it's different compared to anything else because it has like a mineral electrolyte matrix complex or something like that, and it's the only thing that also maintains your body's normal fluid and electrolyte balance while also keeping fatigue at bay, and it has the ideal carbohydrate source. I haven't heard about these palatinos before, although I'm pretty well read in the fitness and nutrition space, but shame on me, I guess. But yeah, it's again a unique mechanism. Our product is superior. It works because it has this unique formula. It has this thing that makes it special. Palatinos. And then we basically have the call to action button, save 30% now. Again, it's as direct as it gets. And finally, this is pretty cool. There's a referral section. And I also have a referral section in my emails. It's more complicated and sophisticated than this, but this is a great start. And especially for e-commerce, and especially if you know your numbers, you know your cost per acquisition, you know your average order value, you know your cost per clicks, and your lifetime customer value, and how much people buy after 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, you can get away with something like refer a friend and get $20. Because Onnit knows that every single person who is referred here, even though they might pay an extra $20 on that purchase, on the long term, it will be worth it. And probably they have tons of other branding emails or something that produce a loyal following. So yeah, I think it's a great email. This email actually came from Derek Johansson's daily email income course that I'm actually following as I'm doing this challenge. The last few emails, they've been, you know, I chose those emails, so they had nothing to do with this, but this one is from that course directly. So if you want to check out that course, by the way, I'm going to leave a link to that as well. I recommend you check it out because it's a 50-day course as well, and you get email assignments every single day. You can learn a lot about these emails, why they work. Maybe not as like in-depth as I'm covering it here, but you can still learn a lot from it. So I definitely recommend you check it out. And you also check out the free email course that I have because it's kick-ass, seriously. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this email. Leave a comment with your number one insight. I love to know, especially for these types of short copy emails. Like, what do you think about this? I usually don't cover these, but I'm gonna in this series. It's something that also works, and sometimes you just have to fit it in your funnel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.